27 U.S. Navy sailors lost their lives. They disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, and there has still never been an adequate explanation for what happened to them.
The Bermuda Triangle is a bustling zone frequented by ships and planes. For decades, skeptics have attributed the frequent accidents and disappearances to the high traffic in the area. However, the true intrigue lies in the puzzling absence of wreckage and clues typically found in such incidents. What causes these mysterious vanishings, and why exactly do vessels and aircraft vanish without a trace here? Join as we unravel the secrets hidden within the Bermuda Triangle, the unfathomable mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle and beyond. During his initial journey to the New World in 1492, Christopher Columbus traversed the mysterious region known as the Bermuda Triangle. Legend has it that one evening, as Columbus stood on the ship's deck, he saw an extraordinary sight, a colossal light emerging in the distance, unlike any celestial happenings he had ever encountered. Confused, he consulted his trusty compass, only to find it behaving randomly, spinning aimlessly. Remarkably, despite the triangle's reputation, it doesn't feature on any official maps. Authorities seemingly choose to disregard its existence. The Bermuda Triangle, a place shrouded in secret, has been the stage for numerous vanishings, with approximately 50 ships and 20 planes meeting unexplainable fates within its confines. Often, these incidents defy explanation, leaving behind no destruction or evidence. In one well-known case, the disappearance of TBF Avenger planes prompted a large-scale search effort. Among the search party was the PBM-5 Mariner airboat, which embarked on its mission at 27 minutes after 7 p.m., transmitting a routine radio message shortly thereafter. However, just minutes later, all communication ceased, and both the airboat and the 5 Avenger aircraft vanished without a trace. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle has captured the imaginations of many, leading to extensive investigations into the fate of those who have disappeared within its boundaries. Yet, despite relentless efforts, the truth remains elusive, adding another layer of affair to this perplexing event. The Bermuda Triangle is a mysterious place where strange and sudden storms appear out of nowhere, only to vanish just as quickly. It's no wonder distress signals are sent out without warning, catching pilots and sailors off guard. One popular idea is that massive waves, known as rogue waves or extreme storm waves, are behind these disappearances. These waves, reaching heights of up to 100 feet, are like monstrous walls of water that crash unexpectedly. They could explain why ships sink swiftly and without a trace. Similarly, in the Pacific Ocean near Japan lies its mysterious triangle, dubbed the Devil's Triangle. Between 1950 and 1954, 9 ships vanished here, leaving no clues behind. When the ship Kyo Maroon 5 was dispatched to investigate, it too disappeared mysteriously. Japanese authorities then marked the area as perilous, warning sailors to steer clear. Some attribute these occurrences to extraterrestrial or paranormal activity, while others blame powerful natural forces. Scientists also consider environmental changes and the presence of methane hydrates on the ocean floor as potential factors in these anomalies. The ocean's depths hold many secrets, and these mysterious triangles continue to puzzle and interest those who venture near them. In the Pacific area near Bermuda, there's a mysterious gas that tends to ignite. When this happens, bubbles form on the water's surface. These gas eruptions can be dangerous for ships because they disrupt their ability to float, potentially causing them to sink. Due to this chemical reaction, any evidence of the ship's presence disappears completely underwater. Another possible explanation for the Japanese Dragon's Triangle is volcanoes. These volcanic activities can affect even small islands, causing them to vanish underwater and sometimes reappear unexpectedly due to seismic activity. Interestingly, no one inhabits these islands, so the disappearance and reappearance go unnoticed by human populations. The Dragon's Triangle isn't marked on any official maps, adding to its mystique. Its true size remains unknown, sparking curiosity about its vastness and the secrets it might hold. Mysteries, from lost sailors to mythical krakens. On July 2015, 2 young sailors vanished after embarking on a journey from the shores of Florida. There's an air of mystery surrounding their disappearance, as they had different stories for different people. To their parents, they said they were merely going out for a fishing trip, but to their friends, they boasted about crossing over to the Bahamas. Shortly after their departure, a fierce line of thunderstorms rolled in, and tragically, the boys were never seen or heard from again. Despite an extensive search effort, no trace of them was ever found. A year later, a startling discovery was made. Their boat was located off the coast of Bermuda, with only a broken iPhone and some personal belongings left on board. This discovery reignited speculation about the infamous Bermuda Triangle. One particularly intriguing theory, proposed by Charles Berlitz, suggests that this area might be hiding the mythical lost city of Atlantis. Berlitz claims that the strange phenomena experienced in the Bermuda Triangle, such as missing ships and planes, along with malfunctioning equipment, are all linked to powerful energy emissions from special crystals said to power Atlantis. While Berlitz's theory might sound far-fetched, it gained considerable traction, with over 20 million copies of his book sold worldwide. Previously, the Bermuda Triangle was notorious for its interference with navigational instruments. The convergence of the true north and magnetic north caused compasses to behave erratically, making navigation difficult. However, the magnetic north has since shifted beyond the boundaries of the triangle, alleviating this particular concern. Legends surrounding the Bermuda Triangle abound, with tales of pirates from centuries past operating in its waters and the mythical Flying Dutchman allegedly causing ships to vanish without a trace. These stories only add to the mystique and allure of this enigmatic stretch of ocean. A well-known idea suggests that ships might journey into the distant past or future by passing through a time gateway within the Bermuda Triangle. Thankfully, these ideas are merely tales spun over time. Imagine, though, the scene of numerous enormous tentacles stretching out toward ships, sailing through the enigmatic waters of the Bermuda Triangle in centuries past. These tentacles, belonging to colossal squids, could easily engulf and sink entire fleets of ships, especially those constructed of wood and comparatively lighter materials. These monstrous squids wrap their powerful tentacles around the ship's decks, piercing their hulls with sharp beaks and breaking their masts with toothy suction cups. As water rushed into the breached vessels, they swiftly descended into the depths, leaving survivors to recount tales of gigantic sea monsters. Thus, the legends of the mighty Kraken were born. Fortunately, modern advancements such as sonars and advanced sea monitoring equipment have debunked these myths. The mysterious nature of the Bermuda Triangle is now often attributed to its complex magnetic fields, which interact with the high concentration of magnetite in the ocean floor, similar to iron. This interaction can trigger peculiar weather patterns and navigation disturbances, affecting the region's reputation as a perplexing maritime zone. Any alterations in the ocean floor or the Earth's magnetic field can significantly influence the phenomena witnessed within the Bermuda Triangle. Magnetic fields like those surrounding a magnet or the Earth itself tend to move around. Similarly, tectonic plates, the massive puzzle pieces making up the Earth's crust, are constantly shifting, sometimes causing earthquakes and the rearrangement of continents. Despite these phenomena occurring regularly, they often go unnoticed by us. However, there are interesting instances where abnormalities have been reported. Take, for example, the year 1883, when peculiar events were observed in a specific area, possibly similar to the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Witnesses recounted seeing large chunks of ice seemingly falling from the sky, a phenomenon so unusual that a crew managed to salvage one as evidence. This occurrence hints at the existence of mysterious forces at play, not just on Earth, but also in the vast expanse of space. The mysterious region in question, known as the South Atlantic Anomaly, covers a substantial area extending from Chile to Zimbabwe. Positioned where the Van Allen radiation belts, protective layers around the Earth, come closest to the surface, this anomaly presents a unique set of circumstances. Unlike most places where the skies are clear, The magnetic field here is weaker, allowing radiation to penetrate closer to the Earth's surface. Satellites passing through this area are particularly vulnerable to radiation exposure, risking damage to their sensitive equipment. While some may perceive such phenomena as perilous, the evidence of their danger remains scant. Many doubters argue that the Bermuda Triangle, often associated with mysterious disappearances, has been debunked numerous times as merely a product of fiction. Similarly, the South Atlantic anomaly, with its unpredictable radiation patterns, may seem daunting, but conclusive evidence of its threat to navigation or exploration remains elusive. Rogue waves and magnetic mysteries. One fascinating idea that explains these mysterious occurrences at sea involves rogue waves. These waves defy expectations by emerging without warning, even in the absence of storms or strong winds. Picture this: a serene ocean surface suddenly transforms into a colossal wave, towering as high as a 5-story building in just 3 seconds. This monstrous wave can swiftly engulf a ship before vanishing as quickly as it appeared, leaving the sea tranquil once more as if nothing ever happened. Scientists have proposed various explanations for these rogue waves. Some suggest that they arise from the collision of surface sea currents with powerful headwinds, yet instances have been documented where no wind was present. Another theory posits that the clash between warm and cold ocean currents generates these phenomena. However, the most captivating notion revolves around kinetic vampirism. According to this theory, under specific natural conditions, waves gain the ability to exchange kinetic energy. Among them, the most formidable is the vampire wave, which absorbs energy from surrounding waves until it becomes the largest. When this wave reaches its zenith, it releases the accumulated energy in a powerful burst, explaining the sudden impact and subsequent disappearance. While these theories offer plausible explanations, the true nature of rogue waves remains elusive to scientists. Despite their infamy, rogue waves are not limited to the Bermuda Triangle. They sporadically emerge in oceans worldwide. Intriguingly, some sailors traversing these waters have reported anomalies with their navigation equipment, such as compasses malfunctioning and electronics failing, along with disruptions in signal and radio communications. In the realm of maritime mysteries, the enigma of rogue waves continues to captivate and confound, urging scientists to delve deeper into the complexities of our oceans. When we peek at the mysterious Bermuda Triangle from high above the Earth's surface, with the help of advanced sensors and gadgets, it uncovers some fascinating secrets. Up there is something peculiar. The magnetic field around the Bermuda Triangle is weaker than in other areas. This magnetic field acts as a shield, shielding us from harmful solar radiation. Astronauts aboard the International Space Station have observed that the triangle absorbs more solar particles than any other region on Earth. This abundance of solar activity can wreak havoc on electronics, making them behave unpredictably. Interestingly, this disturbance doesn't affect satellites or other space objects orbiting within the Earth's atmosphere. While weakened magnetic fields occur in various places worldwide, they rarely cause navigation disturbances. Ships and planes typically navigate through such areas without any major issues. However, within the confines of the Bermuda Triangle, traditional navigation tools like compasses tend to go haywire. Many theories have circulated about why this happens. Some speculated about magnetic anomalies, but thorough scientific investigations debunked such claims. The Bermuda Triangle holds a unique distinction. It's one of the rare spots on Earth where the true north aligns perfectly with the magnetic north. These two poles, which are usually in motion, occasionally converge, creating what's known as agonic lines. Crossing one of these lines can cause a compass to act strangely, leading ships astray. So in essence, the Bermuda Triangle's mysterious reputation may stem from this convergence of true north and magnetic north, causing navigational instruments to falter and contributing to the infamous disappearances of ships and planes in the area. The mysterious journey of Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, a group of 5 American Avenger fighter bombers took off from a runway at the Naval Air Station in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The weather is perfect. Clear skies and calm waters stretch out below as the pilots ascend. Each of these aviators is highly skilled, having flown countless hours in combat. Their aircraft, fresh off the assembly line, boasts the latest technology available. Their mission is straightforward: practice bombing runs at the Hens and Chicken Shoals, a naval testing area, before heading towards the Bahamas and then back home. However, as they venture out over the ocean, the lead pilot, Commander Charles Taylor, encounters a problem. His compass goes haywire. Despite Taylor's efforts to diagnose the issue, the compass continues to malfunction, leaving the group without a reliable sense of direction. This unexpected challenge adds tension to their journey as they navigate across the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. As they press on, the pilots must rely on their instincts and training to find their way back to base, turning what was supposed to be a routine training exercise into a gripping tale of survival and determination in the face of adversity. Other pilots are using their radios to report strange problems with their equipment, just like Taylor's experiencing. Taylor communicates back to Fort Lauderdale, letting the tower there know about the issues. What's even more worrisome is that he tells them he's flying over the Florida Keys, which doesn't make sense because they've been flying straight east for an hour. The tower responds, telling Taylor to turn north immediately and head for Miami, but only if he's certain he's over the Florida Keys. They don't have advanced radar or IFF transmitters, so they're just as clueless about Taylor's location as he is. Out of nowhere, Taylor sees a strange silver craft in the shape of a saucer right in front of him. It seems to have zoomed towards his plane incredibly fast. Peering through a small window on the craft, Taylor sees the face of an alien from Zeta Reticuli, waving at him and looking eager for a meal of human brains. Meanwhile, deep below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, a fire crystal, once the power source for the lost city of Atlantis, vibrates with energy. Long ago, a powerful relic from the lost city of Atlantis endured a catastrophic event that submerged the fabled land beneath the ocean's depths. Despite its severe damage, this relic, known as the Atlantean fire crystal, retained its functionality over the ages. When a pilot named Taylor unwittingly crossed paths with this ancient artifact, the crystal unleashed a surge of energy that pierced through miles of water and sky, engulfing Taylor and his aircraft in flames. Yet, the intervention of the Atlantean fire crystal came too late, as Taylor and his companion found themselves ensnared in a dazzling vortex of unknown energy. In a bewildering twist, they were transported to the distant year of 3451 AD. Emerging in this futuristic world, Taylor encountered a surreal landscape where Bigfoots, creatures of myth and legend, ruled the planet. The sight was nothing short of extraordinary. Throughout history, the Bermuda Triangle has captivated the human imagination, particularly after the mysterious disappearance of Flight 19. Despite the persistent myths surrounding this enigmatic area, skeptics tirelessly work to dispel notions of Atlantean relics, sea monsters, alien spacecraft, and time portals, striving to debunk these fantastical beliefs. A time-defying journey. On December 4th, 1970, a small Beechcraft Bonanza plane embarked on a routine journey from Andros Island in the Bahamas to the coast of Florida. The aircraft, carrying the pilot and 2 passengers, set off on a 400-kilometer trip, usually taking about 90 minutes at an altitude of 3,500 meters. Little did they anticipate that this seemingly ordinary flight would soon turn into a captivating story filled with unexplained events. As the plane soared through the sky, the pilot's sharp eyes caught sight of a peculiar cloud formation in the distance. This cloud was no ordinary sight. It stretched across the horizon in a cylindrical shape, extending over a kilometer in diameter. It was unlike anything the pilot had ever seen before. Faced with this mysterious obstacle, the pilot made the bold decision to navigate through the enigmatic cloud, unaware of what lay ahead. Upon entering the cloud, darkness enveloped the aircraft, plunging them into an eerie atmosphere reminiscent of night. Suddenly, brilliant flashes of white light illuminated the confined space within the cloud. These flashes were not the result of lightning, leaving the occupants bewildered and unsure of what was unfolding around them. Amidst this surreal experience, thoughts of life's fragility weighed heavily on the pilot's mind. Yet amidst the fear, a glimmer of hope emerged. A light at the end of the tunnel, quite literally, provided a glimpse of potential escape. The cloud tunnel started to get narrower, giving a strange and otherworldly feeling. At the same time, all the electronic gadgets on the plane suddenly stopped working, and the compass needles started spinning wildly. It felt like gravity had lost its hold, making everyone feel weightless inside the cabin. It was both bewildering and unsettling, yet it signaled a crucial moment in their mysterious journey. As the plane finally emerged from the cloud, they were met with a shocking revelation. They were almost in Miami, having covered the distance in just 47 minutes of flight time. This was astonishing because the usual flight time was an hour and a half. It seemed like the laws of physics had been defied. Adding to the mystery, the plane had consumed much less fuel than expected, leaving everyone on board amazed and puzzled. Even today, the crew and passengers of Flight 1970 are still perplexed, unable to explain the strange events of that fateful day. The mysterious cloud, the eerie flashes of light, the disruption of technology, the peculiar tunnel effect, and the time-defying journey have left behind a slew of unanswered questions. The haunting secret of Flight 1955. On a fateful July 2nd in 1955, the stage was set for a routine journey from the bustling metropolis of New York to the sun-kissed shores of Miami, promising a swift 3-hour flight. Little did anyone anticipate the unfolding of a secret that would shroud the skies for decades to come. As the plane embarked on its predetermined course, excitement and anticipation filled the air. However, moments later, an eerie silence descended as the aircraft inexplicably vanished from all radar screens. Despite exhaustive search efforts, no trace of wreckage or survivors could be found, plunging the aviation world into a state of perplexity and mourning. Years passed, and the mystery of Flight 1955 lingered like a haunting specter. The prevailing belief held that the aircraft had met a tragic end, with all passengers presumed to have perished in the depths of the ocean. Yet fate had a different narrative in store, one that would unfold decades later in a remote corner of the world. It was on a seemingly ordinary day, September 9th, when the venerable Weekly World News captivated readers with a headline that defied logic and reason. The setting was Caracas Airport in Venezuela, a place where the mundane routines of air travel were about to be disrupted by an extraordinary event. Out of the blue, a blip appeared on the radar, reminiscent of a ghostly apparition materializing from the ether. The control tower buzzed with confusion and disbelief as the mysterious aircraft made contact, its pilot expressing an urgent need to reach Miami Airport on that very same July 2nd, 1955. The passage of time seemed to hold no sway over this perplexing encounter. As incredulity gave way to astonishment, the pilot was informed of the truth. It was not 1955, but 1992. Yet, undeterred by the chasm of years that separated him from his intended destination, the captain's resolve remained unshaken. In a desperate bid to defy the confines of reality, he implored airport personnel not to approach his plane, hastily reigniting the engines and ascending into the boundless expanse of the sky. With each passing moment, the boundaries between fact and fiction blur, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and tantalizing possibilities. Doubt may cloud the minds of cynics, and the Weekly World News may be known for its penchant for the sensational, yet amidst the allure of the inexplicable, one cannot help but ponder the mysteries that lie beyond the realm of understanding. UFO encounters to rogue waves and magnetic anomalies. In 2014, strange clouds weren't the only odd sights observed above the Bermuda Triangle. A pilot recounted a nerve-wracking experience of nearly crashing into an unidentified flying object. Some of these peculiar incidents were even captured on camera. Take, for instance, a flight in early 2015, where passengers spotted a mysterious object hovering above the ocean. The pilots are still scratching their heads over what they witnessed. But wait, there's more to this mystery. not all explanations are as outlandish. Oceanographers, for instance, have revisited an old theory involving rogue waves. These waves are colossal walls of water that appear out of nowhere, often overlapping like a giant wave sandwich. Imagine one wave towering over 30 feet tall, and then picture multiple waves joining forces to create a monster wave over 100 feet high. Even the sturdiest ships stand little chance against such colossal forces. Meteorologists, too, have chimed in with their theory involving hexagonal clouds. These peculiar cloud formations can whip up winds with speeds of up to 170 mph, spanning a significant range of 20 to 55 miles across. Within these windy giants, waves can surge as high as 45 feet, posing yet another perilous threat to seafarers in the Bermuda Triangle. The magnetic pull of the Earth might have a role to play in the mysteries of the Bermuda Triangle. When ships and planes enter this mysterious area, their compasses tend to point toward the true north, which is the geographic North Pole, rather than the magnetic north. This happens because the magnetic North Pole, which normally guides compasses, is not in alignment with true north in this region. Some suggest that this alignment discrepancy creates a magnetic anomaly known as the agonic line, causing navigational instruments to go haywire. The agonic line's position is not fixed. It shifts annually. Although it might have intersected the Bermuda Triangle in the past, currently it traverses through the Gulf of Mexico. Moreover, peculiar natural occurrences off the coast of Norway offer additional insights into the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries. Scientists have identified massive craters, reaching up to half a mile wide and 150 feet deep. These craters are believed to have formed due to methane gas eruptions from deep-sea deposits. The methane gas, escaping from beneath the seabed, accumulates until it reaches a critical point, triggering violent bursts to the surface. Such events could explain the sudden disappearances of ships and planes within the Bermuda Triangle. Despite these explanations, modern pilots and ship captains do not actively avoid the area, suggesting a level of doubt about the Bermuda Triangle's reputation. However, the continued occurrence of incidents during flights from Miami to Puerto Rico contradicts the notion that the Bermuda Triangle's dangers have diminished. Similarly, the thriving tourism industry in the Caribbean, where the triangle lies, indicates that most people are undeterred by its purported risks. Thus, while scientific theories offer insights into the phenomena within the Bermuda Triangle, the allure of its mysteries remains strong even today. Many airplanes fly over the Bermuda Triangle regularly, indicating that people aren't actively avoiding it. This area is one of the busiest routes for ships and planes in the world nowadays. Despite its popularity, the Bermuda Triangle is prone to frequent tropical storms and hurricanes. Adding to its intrigue, the Bermuda Triangle is intersected by the Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current known for causing sudden changes in weather conditions. Interestingly, the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean, known as the Milwaukee Depth, is also found within the Bermuda Triangle. Here, the Puerto Rico Trench plunges nearly 27,500 feet deep. It's quite a fascinating mix of natural features and maritime traffic. When you consider the mystery surrounding the Bermuda Triangle, it's essentially a blend of human error, unpredictable weather, and heavy ship traffic. Data from the United States Coast Guard confirms this perspective, revealing that the percentage of missing ships or planes in the Bermuda Triangle isn't notably higher than in other parts of the Atlantic Ocean. Disappearances occur at a similar rate when compared to similar regions. Science versus supernatural speculation. Renowned Australian scientist Carl Kruszelnicki, alongside the esteemed National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of the United States, firmly rejects the idea of the Bermuda Triangle's supernatural aura. They have consistently asserted over the years that the supposed mysteries surrounding the Bermuda Triangle are more fiction than fact. According to them, the disappearances of ships and planes in this region can be explained simply by statistical probabilities. In essence, both Kruszelnicki and Noah argue that there is no substantial evidence to suggest that vanishings occur with any greater frequency in the Bermuda Triangle, compared to other heavily trafficked maritime areas. In a statement dating back to 2010, NOAA emphasized that the occurrences within the Bermuda Triangle are no more remarkable than those in other vast expanses of the ocean frequented by ships and aircraft. Since 2017, Kruselnicki has reiterated this stance, emphasizing that the sheer volume of maritime traffic passing through the Bermuda Triangle, a notoriously challenging area to navigate, contributes to the apparent frequency of incidents. He suggests that the proportion of missing vessels and planes in the Bermuda Triangle aligns closely with global averages. Furthermore, he cites both Lloyd's of London and the United States Coast Guard as supporting this viewpoint, with Lloyd's having held this position since the 1970s. NOAA offers plausible environmental explanations for most of the incidents attributed to the Bermuda Triangle. They point to factors such as the Gulf Stream's erratic weather patterns, the complex navigation challenges posed by numerous Caribbean islands, and evidence suggesting that the Bermuda Triangle's magnetic anomalies may disrupt compass readings, leading to navigational confusion. In essence, what Kruselnicki, NOAA, and other experts assert is that the Bermuda Triangle's enigmatic reputation is more a product of myth than reality, with rational explanations rooted in science readily available for most purported mysteries. The United States Navy and the United States Coast Guard stand firm in their dismissal of supernatural theories surrounding maritime disasters, as stated by NOAA. Their extensive experience underscores the dominance of natural forces coupled with human errors, eclipsing even the most fantastical imaginations. Kruselnicki, a prominent figure in this discourse, has consistently captivated public intrigue with his stance on the Bermuda Triangle. Starting in 2017 and echoing in 2022 and 2023, he has remained steadfast in his assertion, "The data speaks volumes." Amidst the allure of infamous incidents like the vanishing of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 United States Navy torpedo bombers in 1945, which have become fodder for widespread myths about the Triangle's mysteries, Kruselnicki meticulously unpacks each event. He illuminates the intricate interplay of adverse weather phenomena and potential human oversights, often compounded by both as the underlying causes. This nuanced analysis challenges the sensational narratives, offering a glimpse into the complex realities of maritime navigation and the enduring allure of mysterious tales. What are your thoughts on the solution of the Bermuda Triangle mystery? Let us have your opinions in the comments below.